right. Good morning to my fellow Americans, fellow crusaders in my time zone or close to it. Good afternoon, good evening to the rest of the world. I decided to single out this story for this live stream because at first I was going to put it on Random Dog Nuttery 54, but my next random news coverage is going to cover a lot of topics, like almost 24 topics. Just a small amount of time away from live streams that I've taken thus far. It's unbelievable how far behind I am, how much catching up I need to do. Just the short period of time that I've been away. The number of stories that surface on a daily basis is unbelievable. And that's a big thing. What frustrates me, how people pretend like this is something so rare, some type of anomaly, when it's a daily thing in actuality. But I want to talk about this because I just get off on seeing these people upset. You know, I get off on seeing justice served, seeing people mobilize against something evil. And this dog culture is evil. Now, let's be specific. They're talking about bully breeds. Bully breeds in particular, very, very evil and destructive and dangerous. And I think at this point, it's like comedy when they actually seek these pit bull advocates out and question them on their support for pit bulls. Because every time they make some asinine, completely brainless statement. And it's to the point now where you almost feel sorry for these people. But we know better than to do that. Okay, so I don't know how many of you have watched this. This just surfaced. When was this published? Yesterday. Okay, it was just published yesterday. It may have been less than 24 hours ago. At least my time, because it's only 8:19 a.m. my time. And boy, this is funny. Shout out to everybody in the building. I see Chef in the building, Serena, Champagne, Tom. Good morning to everybody. Hope you all doing well. Jaguar in the house. Boy, oh boy, I enjoyed this a little too much. All right, check this out.
Pitbull stirring up Maumel's social media pages with people on both sides of the issue chiming in, wondering who's behind the advertisement. KRK4's Jessica Rank headed to Maumelle to get some answers.
With two hands behind the wheel, drivers are used to seeing signs like these. But this one has people pumping the...
Oh, people, I'm excited about this. I'm very excited about this. Now, who did this? Who paid the money to have this put up?
Brakes to take a second look.
We were tagged in it pretty much almost like within minutes of it going up.
A pit bull chained up with their teeth out, and across the top, the words, "Pit bulls kill."
Check that out. Pit bulls kill. And the subtitle, "Bring back the breed ban." Down here it says, "Call Mayor Caleb Norris." Okay.
Who would spend that much money to put that billboard up?
The billboard.
I don't know. That's a good question. But whoever it was, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to try to work through this short video because a lot of good points made here. A lot of good statements made by the pit bull advocates that are we can easily pounce on.
Billboard is an attempt to reenact the city's ban on the breed. Paid for anonymously, it asks drivers to...
Paid for anonymously, people? We have crusaders in high places. They're in high places. Some of them have money. And it's good to see them using that money for something like this. There's no excuse for us not getting rid of bully breeds. You know, they're too easy of a target. I have to join in pouncing on this worthless, trashy, evil, good-for-nothing breed of mutants.
To call the mayor, and below it, a direct number to his office.
The average person that reaches out to me thinks that I put the billboard up.
And you should have. You should have, Mr. Mayor.
Maumelle Mayor Caleb Norris says he's frustrated having to explain himself, but says whoever put that ad up had every right to
do so. Y'all hear that?
Do so.
A billboard critiquing.
Man, are you kidding? They're lucky I don't have access to a lot of finances. You know how many billboards I put up across this country? It's our constitutional right to do that. I put a lot of information on that billboard. I keep all the pit bull statistics right there in bold. Okay, she actually she touches on some of them.
An elected official is about as American as apple pie, right? It's supposed to happen.
The city of Maumelle lifted its ban on pit bulls back in 2021, replacing it instead with a set of ordinances focused on behavior of all dogs.
Y'all heard that? And y'all heard that and y'all saw that at the same time. Let me back this up a little bit.
Norris says he thought if Maumelle lifted its ban on pit bulls back in 2021.
They removed the pit bull ban in 2021.
Replacing it instead with a set of ordinances focused on behavior of all dogs.
Set of ordinance focused on behavior of all dogs. Well, even if you look at it from that standpoint, you still see that this particular breed produces unique statistics. All this other talk, you know, each and every time they deviate away from statistics, that's part of their con game.
Norris says he thought it was a discussion long past.
That issue's kind of come and gone.
Now it's circling back.
Yeah, it came and gone. It has come and gone because people who don't like pit bulls, they kept quiet because of the pressure that society puts on them. Now people are starting not to care. They're starting to realize how smart it is, how moral it is. They realize it's the right thing to do. These things right now are responsible for a number of gruesome deaths that took place just this year. And this year just started. What are you talking about?
Back and getting people to talk.
It's not just this type of dog that just attacks only. There's labs, there's...
The call for pit bulls being banned is not because we believe that only pit bulls attack. See, you got to stop it right there. See, I love this because, like I said, each and every time these pit bull advocates say something, it is something that's highly easy to discredit. It's not credible at all.
Huskies,
let me back this
there's
up.
Poodles.
Others can getting people to talk.
It's not just this type of dog that just attacks only.
Not just type of dog that attacks only. Ma'am, why would you even think or assume that that's what we believe? Why would you assume that any person will believe something like that? That's your answer to us calling for a pit bull ban? That's all you have to say is that, oh, well, it's not just pit bulls that attack. We know that. We know that. And we move far beyond that, ma'am. We got into the actual statistics. We started talking to doctors. Do you understand that? We started getting reports from dozens of doctors. And now, today, we know better. In fact, people have never believed that only bully breeds attack people. What are you talking about? See how this is nothing but a straw man argument? And I told y'all that's what they hang their hats on. Creating some straw man argument and convincing you that this is your argument. Man, this was never our argument that only pit bulls attack. And now that you bring it up, She mentioned labs. She mentioned huskies. And let me say, those dogs should be banned as well. Yeah, you ain't said nothing but a word. Those dogs should be banned specifically for safety reasons as well. Those dogs violate the reckless endangerment laws as well. And really the same with small dogs. But in being truthful, pit bulls, bully breeds are more dangerous. They will wipe the floor with labs. They're far more powerful and aggressive. And huskies.
There's labs, there's huskies, there's poodles.
And then she mentions poodles. So here we go again. Do y'all really view this as a strong argument? To say, hey, poodles bite too? Poodles attack too? Why would people view poodles as an extreme safety hazard? They're really only a hazard for babies, really small infants. At that point, they're lethal. And maybe a lot of small kids. But nobody cares about a poodle that attacks. What are you talking about? Why would you even bring that up?
Others who didn't want to go on camera say they agree with the sign. But regardless of differing opinions,
so the people,
most say
they talk to people who agree with this sign. And those people refuse to be on camera. So again, the pit bull lovers, they're like a mafia organization. Just like the mafia, where people, they give information, but I don't want to show my face. I don't want them to see me. Come on, man. Well, at least they're putting their opinion out, and at least they admitted that there are some people who support this billboard. But once again, the pit bull lovers fail to make a strong argument in defense of pit bulls. Yes, I don't know who it was, but shout out to whoever financed this billboard. Okay, that's a smart thing to do. Even though huskies and labs should be banned as well, I also have to admit that bully breeds are far more dangerous. I won't say far more dangerous. They're significantly more dangerous. The statistics that they produce are mind-boggling. Numbers don't lie. These things are said to make up some 6% of the dog population. There's no reason why they should make up 65, 75% of fatalities. There's no excuse for that. Do you understand? There's no argument to get around that. When you talk about mutilations, why is 6% of the dog population responsible for some 90, 100% of bad mutilations where people need to be hospitalized for multiple days? Why is it virtually always a pit bull that attacked those people? If this is only 6% and there's no difference between pit bulls and other dogs. Man, look, y'all need to just be happy that you were able to run this scam on the public for as long as you have. You need to just celebrate that success that you've had thus far, because it's over and there's no coming back from this. There's no coming back from the people actually putting the pieces of the puzzle together, because you can't remove the pieces of the puzzle. The testimonies given by these dozens of doctors, they're not going nowhere. Okay, are we clear on that? Here, let me share a link to this article. Well, who financed that? Did somebody in here finance this billboard? Man, y'all should have told me about this. This is beautiful stuff, right? Shout out to Yusuf Mambo in the house. Man, Yusuf Mambo sent me an image. Let me show y'all this. On Twitter, right? We Hate Dogs. Big shout out. Let me show y'all this. This crazy photo shared by Yusuf Mambo. Man, there is no way I would be able to go to these countries. And I hate to say that because I would like to see the whole world. I badly want to visit every country in the world. But I couldn't go here. Could not go here. Where is that photo? Okay, let me see. I have to go to my tweets and replies, maybe retweets. Well, and this is depressing. Okay, of course I can't find it now. Here it is. Look at this. Can y'all see this? People, that is an entrance to a mosque. Can y'all believe that? Yusuf said this is an entrance of a mosque. Really? What? I couldn't do it. Nah. Not even to visit, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. Terrible stuff. Horrible what happened to this boy. Had his head scalped. What in the world? People, I was about to do a random dog nuttery video, but do you know how long this thing? You know how many different topics I'm going to cover here? And ideally, I should separate the topics more. But my goodness, you spend one day away from the news. By the time you come back, you're going to have twice the amount of content. It's going crazy right now. But I'm going to talk about that on the random dog nuttery video, which I'm going to start very soon, probably within the next hour. Be on the lookout for notification because I have to get this out of the way so I could go back to focusing on my book. But listen, I refuse to let these people have their way. A big problem is that we have allowed so many things that they have done and said to go unchecked. So it's like now I have this thing where I refuse to let anything slide. If I can point something out that will help this movement, I'm going to point it out. I'm going to point it out. Okay? So just brace yourself. There's going to be a lot of different topics. Did I share a link to that? Yeah, I shared a link to that. Who did that? I'd love to know. Slide me a message. Whoever financed that billboard. Thank you very much. How much does this cost? I'm sorry. I'm a very nosy person, people. I'm about to look it up right now. I want to find out right now. Let me see. Cost to, let me see. Cost billboard ad. Yeah, that's what I want. Now, the pit bull lover, she pointed it out. She said, who has the money? Who has the money to do something like that? Y'all know what, people? It's not actually that expensive. It's not that expensive. Oh, boy. Y'all should not have let me find out about this. Man, we can finance stuff like this. We could easily finance something like this. Okay. Put somebody in charge. Make sure the domain is accessible to anybody who donates. We all pitch in. Apparently, for a billboard like this, In order to put your ad up there on a billboard like this, it's like $850 for 1 week. That seems kind of cheap, man. Okay, my stream is freezing up. What's going on here? It's freezing up real bad. Hopefully I'm still live. But I'm looking at this website, small.com. Yeah, fitsmallbusiness.com, just the way it sounds.